there's been a few that I've been absolutely like blown away. Like I had a guy oh man, right basically about 2 weeks after I got cleared hot, fully accredited, guy came in. He was, an older 91-year-old guy
Wow.
with his wife and his older daughter, and he breaks out this little folder that's got these like carbon copy DD214s, like the little, and I'm like, what is this? And I start looking at it, 1952, 1950, like old school, like he was in the Korean War as a Marine infantry guy. He did 1 tour in Korea, 2 tours in Vietnam, and he comes in and he's pretty much coherent. I mean, you could definitely tell he's got a little bit of dementia, and he's really trying to hold on to the memories, but he's just happy to still be alive. And I'm like, God, and he we ended up able to get him for the very first time, right out the gate. We took him from nothing to 100%, got him
Wow.
got him up there, and they backdated him because a lot of it was Agent Orange, so they backdated it to early 2022. So he got, not a ton of money, but to him, I mean, it was life-changing. It was oh man, I don't know, 50 or 60,000 back pay at 91 years old. And like they come back in, and his daughter, his wife come in, and they want to discuss the form, like what it all means and what benefits do they have now. And they're paying property tax, which is ungodly right now, but being at 100% now, they don't have to worry about that anymore because it's tax exempt now. Now he's getting $4,000 extra a month that they never had coming in. They've got this big lump sum of money coming in, and I'm just like, man. And the wife was in tears. She's like, I don't even know what to do with this 40,000. She's like, I don't know what to do with it. And she's in tears. And I'm like, God, you know what? And that's what makes the job worth it, because there's so many companies out there that, God bless them or whatever, but and thankfully there's a law being passed currently, and hopefully it gets passed, to prevent them from charging veterans to do claims, because these people were charging 30% of the difference of claims. And these people come in and they're like, I just spent $2,000 on this lawyer who said he was going to do this claim for me. And
are you kidding? There are people I had no idea. Are you shitting me?
All over the United States, on average, they start out with a $900 retainer, and then they make them sign a contract, usually between 20 and 30% of the difference. So let's say you went from 80 to 100, I don't know, whatever, we'll say $2,000, and you get $30,000 in back pay. They're going to get 25% of the back pay in that difference for 1 month just to do the claim. And I tell people all the time, I was like, don't even think about paying me a dime. Like my time, yeah, I get paid for doing this job through the county. It's a county position. That's all I need. I mean, I can have them in and out in on average, if it's a real difficult claim, at like an hour and 15 minutes. Wow. That's it. And I was like, there's no way anyone could justify that their time is worth $20,000 an hour. Like, I mean, no one.
What I always thought, I went through the DAV, and then they gave me, I guess it would have been called a VSO, a veteran service officer at the time, but it was something else. And it was the guy that worked at the job for it was back then. I'm old as hell, dude. But I didn't. Aren't you guys always available? Because I didn't have to pay a dime. He was a government employee. He was not through the disabled job service. So he was through job service. So they sent me to job service because I was trying to figure out how I was going to pay for things. And he's like, well, I'm also a veteran. You served, and I handle claims. Are there not just veteran assistance officers out there to help you do what about claims and benefits through the VHA, through the Veterans Health Administration? Do they not help do that anymore? Or you have to go through an outside source? Because that's bullshit. That's complete bullshit.
No, they don't have to. Right now, the VA and the DAV, unfortunately, are on a like a revolving door. They don't, if you go see one DAV person, you come back 2 weeks later, you're going to see a different person,
Wow,
person.
okay.
There's no case management at all. And they're backed up about 6 months. The VA is backed up about 6 months for appointments. But for us, I can usually get someone in about a week and a half. And how we do it is, if you start with one of us, you're going to finish with one of us. That's it. So we do a case management. So there's a continuity. The problem is, a lot of people do the claims themselves. And this is what we ask people in those briefs not to do. You know, everyone's smart enough to do the claim. There's no question about it. But there's so much little verbiage. And if you put one date wrong, or if you put a word that's not physically written in your medical book, bam, there's the VA's way of denying it. And, you know, we get these people in on their 5th denial, and they're like, oh, you know, I keep getting denied because I keep submitting the same crap to the VA. And I'm like, well, weird, because they're just denying the same stuff. And then they go out and they spend $3,000+ at these vultures, as I call them, attorneys, because they think, oh, I can hire an attorney. They guarantee me 100%, or they guarantee me this. And I tell them all the time, I was like, if you don't have it in your service book, or if you don't have it from a doctor saying this was caused by something related to your service, God himself's not going to get you 100%. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
And this is one of the, like, God, most rewarding. And one more that I think is the Korean War guy was awesome. And he told me, I'm just here because I want my wife covered when I die. Eventually, I want her covered under the benefits. And I'm just like, I was like, God, I mean, how do you even answer that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Lady came in, and she was about to hire a lawyer who was going to charge her $3,000 to do a survivor claim. And I said, please tell me you didn't pay this person. And she's like, well, they said that they're going to get all the medical records that I need. And I was like, okay. I said, do you have the death certificate? Yeah, it's right here. I was like, okay. Looked at it, hypertension, diabetes, Agent Orange, easy. He was service connected for the stuff. I was like, do you have the burial receipt? Yeah, it's right here. I was like, okay, we're done. And boom, here comes the waterworks. I'm like, shit. But her husband had been gone since 2017. She's had a stroke. I mean, just a whole myriad of things gone wrong. Her house burnt down due to firework. I mean, just this poor lady had just a beating of stuff. And we were able to do the claim. And it was back to 2017 when he passed away, because she was getting his Social Security. We were able to retro it all the way back to 2017. Got her back pay of $175,000.
Wow. Yeah. That, I mean, that's, and it's for those out there that think that it's well worth it, if not even more so, with the stuff you go through.